Alrighty, welcome to Four Down Touchdowns. I'm here with my co-host Kelvin and my co-host Cruz. Today we'll be discussing about our quarterbacks and their predictions for next season. I personally think the Bengals will exceed next season because of Joe Burrow. He's just an amazing quarterback, and with their stacked wide receiving core and a pretty good backfield with Joe Mixon and I would also think that Mahomes may need a little bit more help. They may need another wide receiver because I don't think Sky Moore and them losing Juju and Travis Kelce is going to take them all the way to the Super Bowl. I do expect a high playoff seeding from them this year. Yeah.
Personally, I think that the Chiefs, Bengals, and Bills, those are going to be the three best teams in football this year, all in the AFC. But unfortunately, only one can make it to the Super Bowl. I do think it'll be the Chiefs. And with Travis Kelce, Juju Smith-Schuster, Nicole Hardman. No, he didn't. Nicole Hardman. And other players on the defense like L'Jarius Sneed and Chris Jones. I think they'll make it to the Super Bowl. But I just don't think that players like Josh Allen, who can't win anything in his life, are gonna beat them. And yeah.
Wait, hold up, guys. We got breaking news here. Tyreek Hill has been traded back to Kansas City for Travis Kelce going to Miami. This is, I do not believe this. One of the greatest tight ends of all time is now catching balls from Tua Tagovailoa, and Tyreek Hill has decided to come back to Kansas City. How can you believe this, Kelvin?
I actually don't because whoever decided to trade Tyreek Hill for Travis Kelsey, I don't. It's just unbelievable because, in my opinion, Travis Kelsey is better than Tyreek Hill. Okay, in a lot of factors, Tyreek Hill does outmatch Travis Kelsey in speed and agility. But overall, Travis Kelsey has been consistent over his time at at Kansas City, and I feel like Tyreek Hill. I feel like he made a big deal out of because he said he didn't get enough passes when the season that he wanted to get traded, he got the most passes in his career. So I felt like he just wanted to leave. I feel like it wasn't the organization. I just feel like he wanted to go somewhere else. But that's not a good trade. That's not a good trade.
How do we think this affects the Chiefs with Tyreek Hill saying he's going to retire in 2025?
Tyreek Hill's gonna retire in 2025. Okay, so that's
I think that since you see this with a lot of athletes, usually the most athletic ones they retire pretty early actually. Okay, and this is just because their bodies they can't just do the same things that they could at 20, 25. Okay, and now since he's entering his older years, that I guess he just wants to win a little bit.
yeah.
He's only won one Super Bowl. If he wants to be in the Hall of Fame, he wants to be one of those great players. He wants to win more, and he thinks that he can do that at Kansas City. That's why I think he gets a lower salary than some other teams were offering him.
Well, then if he wanted to stay at Kansas City, well, if he wanted to get more wins, then why did he stay at Kansas City? The trade would have never happened. They would have still had a good receiving core, and it would still have Kelsey. So that just doesn't make sense.
Yeah, but for the Kansas City Chiefs.
Yeah, that just doesn't. Well, I'm talking for
Yeah, but
Tyreek Hill.
this also fills a big need for the Dolphins. Remember, they just lost Mike Gesicki. And with this crazy trade, sadly, we have run out of time for this broadcast. This was Four Down Touchdowns, and thank you for tuning in today. Now, bye, everyone.